Hi everybody. I started to make a very funny video last night, bring some humor to the situation. But this morning I woke up in a very different mood. It's nothing out of the ordinary for me to feel this way round about Christmas time or just before my birthday. I tend to switch between being very happy and cheerful and rather depressed. I don't know why. Maybe it is just looking back on a year, um, being disappointed that whatever we planned at the beginning of this year didn't come to fruition, um, that we haven't achieved what we wanted to, and many other things, I guess. There's no definite or specific reason to feel this way. It is just who I am and something that's been happening to me forever. A couple of days before my birthday or on my birthday, I tend to be slightly depressed, and on or before Christmas, the same thing. I tend to cry easily. I watch a little Secret Santa video on YouTube and I bawl my eyes out. It is just what it is. Anyway, another reason. I woke up this morning and the first thing I saw on the news was that Donald Trump was indeed impeached. Now, once again, I mention this to my kids or anyone else, and they say, "Why does it bother you? Why are you worried about it? You're not an American." Well, look, I'm not a Donald Trump fan either. I think his hairstyle is atrocious. I do not like the way his mouth moves when he speaks. But you know what? I never wanted to date Donald Trump, and I certainly don't want to marry him or sleep with him. So I don't care what his hair looks like, and I do not care how his mouth moves when he talks. As far as I know, and as far as I can see from statistics, Donald Trump has done a fairly good job as the President of the United States. And that's all I care about. Donald Trump, as we can see, is also rather conservative. Not conservative as you and me and the people out in the street or in a normal suburb would think. After all, the man's been married 3 times and he's been bankrupt and picked himself up again and all these things. Um, yeah, he's just a human being, but he's done an amazing job. And what I do like about him is that he is true to his own country. I love it when he says America and Americans first, because that is what any president, any elected official should do and say. And then we get to the reason for his impeachment. Misuse of power. I really do not get it. Surely that is why one chooses a president. You choose a president to negotiate with other world leaders. You choose a president or prime minister to negotiate with other world leaders. You choose him to safeguard your country and your people. So why impeach Donald Trump? Because he had talks with the leader of another country. And why should he be open about it, and why should he tell everybody about it? What business is it of anybody's what goes on behind the closed doors of his office? The majority of the American people voted for him to become president, and in effect actually told him that they trust him. So as far as I can see, he had just been doing his job. So why is he being impeached? Well, the pure fact that he was indeed impeached tells me that There is no such thing as freedom of speech or freedom of will if you are slightly conservative. We are being silenced, we are being threatened to keep our mouths shut. And personally, I cannot stand it anymore. I have gone through a personal situation over the past 3 years where I have been the victim of just that. It was a property deal gone wrong, and for 4 years I had been lied to and cajoled and threatened, and I could do absolutely nothing about it because I couldn't afford to do anything about it, and the parties involved knew that, so they took advantage and turned my life into a living hell. Now, that is on a much smaller scale than what is happening in other countries and in South Africa when it comes to politics. I can no longer afford to get upset with any of our politicians, to say anything on Facebook or YouTube, or to call them out, or even call one of our South African politicians an idiot. Because if I do, I will land I nearly said a swear word, I will land my backside in jail. In this country, I need to listen to YouTube videos made by people like Scott from Loving Life, who lives in Australia, to know what's going on in this country. Our media doesn't really report on it. If there's a murder or a killing and the perpetrators aren't white or a celebrity, it's not reported on. It's as simple as that. I have to watch LMS Tactical, I need to watch Loving Life, I need to watch alternative media to know what's going on in a town 50 kilometers away from me. That is how they are trying to silence us. And the impeachment of Donald Trump is a perfect example of this. Had he been a liberal Republican, liberal Democrat, this would not have happened. Another thing, how many of you actually think that as we speak, right here, right now, there aren't a number of presidents and prime ministers on the phone to another president or prime minister? That is what they do. They wheel and deal and negotiate all day long. That is what they do, and that is what they are supposed to do. So why impeach Donald Trump? Simple. He's on the wrong side of the fence. It's as easy as that. And that sickens me. Anyway, let's quickly talk about our dear Meghan Markle next. Something that irritates me about Meghan Markle are these constant barrage of quotes that she posts on the Royal Sussex Instagram account. Now again, I need not go look at it. I can ignore it. However, it's what is behind it that really irritates me. It shows her for being the hypocrite she is, because she does not live any single one of those quotes that she posts. However, I started to look into the psychology behind it. Why would someone like her, or anyone else for that matter, continue to post all these quotes on social media, be it Instagram or Facebook? You do get people who do this constantly, daily, every morning or every evening. So what is the psychology behind it? And I found something which I really liked. It's on a blog called justmytype.ca, and I'll post a link to it in the comment section. And I'm going to read something from it. It says, "So what's the harm in someone sharing a positive quote, crafting carefully curated lives, or raving about their last magical experience? If these attention-seeking individuals need to do this for validation, what's the issue? First, it creates a distorted sense of reality. In between everything happens for a reason and be fearless lies real life, which is not perfect. Life is messy. Fear is a necessary emotion for survival. Reaching goals are not about magic. It is about hard work, strategy, and the occasional dose of luck and good timing. Second, the fluff is insincere and inauthentic. There are definitely people out there who have the credibility and the character that backs up the content they post. But for the most part, many self-professed spiritual gurus don't. Anyone with a mobile device is an instant publisher and can have influence, merit or no merit. Also, certain posts are shared purely with the intention for validation, fitting in and shaping public perception of one's personal brand and agenda. Hello, Meghan Markle. You described in one sentence. And that is, but let me continue. And that's really just a big lie, packaged up. These small, everyday habits of presenting a false reality and an inauthentic persona, only to receive validation and bursts of dopamine with every like, reinforces an addictive and unhealthy pattern, because at the end of the day, no amount of likes and Facebook envy will ever get us what we are really yearning for. So there you go. Now we know why Meghan Markle does this. And for Pete's sake, let's pray that in 2020 she will stop doing it. Stop posting these quotes. Or, if you can't, then please, Meghan, start living up to them. And that's the end of my rant and being upset today. I will take myself off to go be with myself. Maybe find something for me to do to keep me busy. And if that doesn't work, I will go and have an afternoon snooze. Thank you for listening and take care of yourselves. Bye.